Hey guys, what's going on? It's SureShot here, and today is a little bit different video. Usually I upload like montages around CS:GO, but today I wanted to get into like analyzing like the pro players on the scene because I know Thorn does videos, I know Moses does videos, and all them, and they're more qualified to do the videos than me. But I have I think a couple ideas that would benefit people. I don't know. You don't have to agree with me. They're my opinion, obviously. So this video is titled "The Rising Stars of NA." With season 3 starting of an ESEL, ESEA Pro season, and all the new teams that are being made because every year American shuffles happen, NA and South America, obviously with Luminosity changing too. You never know what you're gonna expect, and I think a couple of people that I'm gonna list here, there's 5 of them, have potential that I wanted to talk about. So also these aren't going to be like the cream of the crop NA players like Shroud, Skadoodle, Nitro. They're not like the NA home team or home players that you expect. They're kind of like tier 2 players, except for one of them that I think are going to be rising above the rest when you can see like Shroud and then another level. They're gonna go up a level this year, 2016, hopefully. In my opinion. Also with the Turner League coming up, a lot of organizations are trying to pick up teams just to get all the money. So the first player I'm going to mention is obviously Kusta. His form has been incredibly amazing over the last couple months. He plays on Team Enemy GG with Uber. Uber, Relics, Lucky, and Mainline. I don't know. They kind of changed. They added Lucky instead of another player, but I don't know if he's staying instead of Anomaly. I didn't really understand Anomaly's place, but I'm glad they added Lucky, but maybe another player would work better. But that's not what the point of the video is. Kusta's rating is a 1.14 on HLTV. His total kills, he plays the op role. He has a 0.79 at kills per round and a 0.67 deaths per round. So obviously when you think of Kusta, you think of a god op, but actually, in my opinion, I think he's an all-around good player. His mechanics are down. He can bunny hop amazingly. Um, everything. This is a complete player in my mind. Besides the experience factor, Kusta is going to be the biggest pro like level difference in 2016. He's already playing insane, but I think he has a lot more to go. Honestly, I'm excited to see him play at MLG Columbus, qualify for the major, the minor. He just qualified for the qualifier, which is kind of ironic, but there's so many qualifiers now. But if we go to his teams. Also, what I want to say, he's not an onliner, which some of these players I'm going to be talking about mostly online. He can play amazing at LAN, which I'll get into. All right, teams matches. All right. So before I get into the matches, I want to let you know in the finals of the MLG qualifier that just happened like last weekend, he had a 1.99 rating. Or a 2 point, yeah, a 2 point something. Let me check actually. I don't want to give you wrong information here. Um, okay, I got it now. He had a 2.23 rating in the final map of the finals. He had a 1.81 in the first map of the finals, which he dropped 28 kills. In the second game on Inferno, he dropped 33 and 14. I'm gonna overlay a couple clips of Kusta playing right now. On Inferno, mostly because that he just went off on that map, absolutely an animal. But from his, if I scroll all the way down, we have a lot of like performances like point 0.9, point 0.8, point 0.83, point 0.61. This dude has been improving so much lately. It's not even against like just like NA teams. Like I think this kid could be legitimately top 5 op in the world just by his performance online. If I saw this performance online, that's it. I wouldn't say that he was that dominant because he does good online. He doesn't say it online, but you can just call him an onliner then. You know what I mean? But we all know Kusta's good. So also his team plays around him, which makes him very good. Like Uber always sticks with him. He's entry fragging. Lucky and Mainline, they just did that. They did really good in the tournament too. But they all just, it kind of reminds me of Kenny S when he was on Titan, but less of because he's not as to the peak that Kenny S was. I don't think anyone can hit the peak that Kenny S was at his godlike ability. So we have Kusta, obviously, which is my number 1 pick to do good this year. Next person's gonna be a surprise on because they're not even the team he plays on are not even in the ESL league. I think they might be in the Turner League, but I'm not too sure. They're playing Premier, I think, on ESEA. It is in fact Sick on TSM. Now, before we get into him, I know people are gonna be like, "What do you mean TSM? They just dropped their amazing roster, blah blah blah." Blah. I don't. We're not gonna. We're gonna clean slate. We don't even know what TSM is right now. We're just gonna act like TSM's a random org coming into CS:GO. Okay. He used to play on Denial. He was an okay player. If I go to his match history, we can see he has a lot of red, right? Especially this .3 performance. But this year, I saw him play against Winter Fox online, and the way they're using him is like he's aggressive, but I don't think he takes too many stupid peaks. When you think of a premier player or just like an average like below pro tier player, you think of a player that is not game sense smart or just not aim, right? But this honestly, he is pretty good aim. He has a 45 or 47.5% headshot rating, which is not bad. I'm not saying he's a god aimer, but he's not bad honestly. And then his game sense was actually pretty good that game. He overpeaked sometimes, which everyone does, but I thought he would overpeak more. Vice was actually the one that's overpeaking, but that's not the point. Everyone I think is doubting him, his ability, because everyone, if they didn't have the illusion or not the illusion, the pre TSM team with the Danes that are now Astralis, then I don't think everyone would be ratting on them so much if TSM just picked up this team, right? But since they do, they have like it automatically a negative connotation towards them, and I think they're just downplaying the ability of especially Sick. I think Sick is a solid player for this team. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what he does. But as of right now, I think he's going to rise up in the rankings of NA. I think he's going to do really well. The third player I think is going to do really well this year is Rush on Optic, previously known as Conquest. I think Optic has been in a slump as of those two last tournaments they played in. Well, not tournaments, online tournaments, whatever you want to call them. I think Rush is by far the most consistent and best player on that lineup. I mean, sure you have Shazam, but I don't think you can count on him as much as you can count on Rush to always drop that solid 20. If I look at his match history, we can see he always drops between 15 and 20 kills. The only one I see right now is 15, 14, and I'm going straight down the list right now. 8, they're against Virtus Pro, so what are you going to do? Virtus Plow. All of these performances, I see a lot of 30s and 20s. Like, Rush, I mean, I'm kind of biased here because I always think Rush was a really good player, but he's a good, consistent player that you can always count on to drop that solid 20, like I said earlier. But also, he can be flashy. He can carry you. He can carry that team. The thing is about Rush, I'm not saying he's just going to do good this in NA. I think if Optic gets into ECA, ESL Pro League Finals, or any other qualifier, they qualify for an event against European players, Rush will drop good kills. I guarantee that, unless he's not having a good game. If he's just on point, he's going to have a good game. As in Shazam, he's going to be on or off. Rush will always drop that. That's solid. 10 kills. Or, not 10 kills. 20 kills. 10 kills is not solid. So, I think he's going to be a really good player this year for Optic Gaming OG. I'm going to be rooting for them, hopefully. This fourth player is Automatic, actually. He is on Conquest, or TSM, my bad. He was on, I don't know why I say Conquest. He was on the former Nylum team, and then he was on Complexity. Another one of the TSM players, like I said, Sick, I think is going to do good. Automatic is the best player on TSM as of right now. I do think Sick will do better this year, but as of right now, Automatic is the best, and I see a lot of improvement. Apparently, Steel has said that Automatic knows a lot of smokes, and he has really good game sense, which I do agree with. So that's a good ethos, good tip for you guys. Automatic, in my opinion, is one of the best players in NA. Not aim-wise, but smarts-wise. He peaks when he has to. I don't see him over-peaking that much, and I watch a lot of NA Counter-Strike. That doesn't mean he always drops a freaking 25, 30 kills. I just agree with the plays he makes, which, I mean, you might not agree with, but I do. If I go into his match history, his recent form has been a little low, because obviously with playing with a new lineup, you're not going to have that same gel you have, so you're not going to play as your full capability. But if you go down, I think he can do solid games against European teams, unlike You can't say that about a lot of NA players nowadays. You know what I mean? In that tournament, what was it? When he was on Tempo Storm, I think they played Navi, I believe, on Inferno and Cobblestone. I don't know about Cobblestone. I know it was Inferno. I know Automatic went off on that map. I can't find it because it's a long time ago and I don't want to be scrolling for a year. So let me check one more time. Okay. It was actually Fnatic. Fnatic won 16-10. Our boy Automatic got 1.07 rating. I think he did the best on his team that match. Let me double check here. Thanks did. Actually, no. Okay, yeah, he did do the best. Automatic did the best on his team. He went, let me get that, 22-20, which honestly, when his team's doing trash, which they were, Semphis was playing awful, then that is a good score. I remember him going through, he's playing apps that whole game, Boiler. He was absolutely dominating that truck side of Inferno. So I think he can be a solid player if they go against Europeans. Sometimes he can be lapsy, like not always on, not fully like capable of doing his job. But overall, I think he's one of the best players in NA fundamental-wise, like movement and the ability to peak. Because a lot of NA players, the problem with NA is they over-peak. Like, I do it all the time, too. I'm not saying I don't. Pro players do it. They admit it. Steel says it all the time. Everyone does it, but I think Automatic does it a lot less than other players. Now, finally, our last player, our fifth player, is Rix, actually. Now, the funny thing about Rix is I've always been a fan of Rix, but the funny tip that no one knows is when he got dropped from Conquest, I looked. Because I was like, why'd they drop him? Apparently, they said they were toxic, but I think Shazam and him didn't, like, mingle very well, because they both have, like, a similar personality. But Rix had the highest KDA in all of NA on ESL Season 2 before he got kicked from Conquest. Now, I know you guys will be like, stats aren't everything, but if you think about KDA, either you save a lot or you're just good. If you save a lot, then, I mean, your KDA is going to be good. But you also have to get the kills. Rix is a solid player, dude. His aim is impeccable, dude. I honestly think he could be a household name if he gets on a good team. Like, if he didn't have that issue, I think he could be on, like, a Cloud9 Liquid type of team. Be with the Nitro, be with the Elige, be with the Skadoodle, those type of players. I think Rix could play with them. The reason why I put him as 5 is because I don't think he's going to really improve, because I think he hasn't hit his skill ceiling, but I don't think he has... The other players are lower than him already. You know what I mean? This is a list of who's going to improve the most throughout 216. So, I think he'll improve, yeah. But do I think he's going to be the most improved? No. So that's why I have him as 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want more, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I think I'm going to do more of these, but it depends how, like, the ratings I get in this video. I don't know how long this video is, probably been, like, 15, 20 minutes. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you want more, like I said, leave a comment. Peace.